In this video, I'm going to do this program. Let's look at the problem. Prompt and get 3 test scores from the user. Calculate the total and the average of the 3 test scores. Display the information. Okay, so let's think about it. To solve this problem, we need to get 3 test scores. So we need to declare 3 variables. Let's use int for now. Okay, so I'm going to comment this, declare variables. So 3 test scores, let's call them test 1, test 2, test 3. And you remember a variable is a memory location. It will store whatever the user enters. Okay. And we need to calculate the total. We also need to calculate the average. So we need another 2 variables. I'm going to call it test total, test average. Okay. So the next part, we will prompt the user, prompt for input for and get the user input. So we ask the user to enter something, and then we get that something. How do you prompt the user? You give the user instructions. And how do you give the user instructions? You use a cout statement to display your instruction. So enter the first test score. Okay. You can do a new line character. This means it will go to the next line. And so this is called an output statement, cout. And now we need to get whatever the user enters into the variable we declared named test1. So we use an input statement, cin. And we use this is called the extraction operator. Notice the direction. And whatever the user enters will be stored in test1. And we do that for the next 2 test scores. Okay, so you ask enter the second test score and get it into test2, and enter the third test score, get it into test3. So now we have all of them. We can just do an example, we can just do a test and see if we got the correct score. Let's say cout test2. Remember, when you cout a variable, it does not have the quotation marks because it's a variable name. And the value in that variable will be replaced in the output. And this is the same as the new line character. That means you want to go to the next line. Okay, let's run this. Okay, enter the first test score, press enter, and then you see it displays 23 because we asked it to display, right? We said display test2, and that is what is displayed, test2 score. So our program works so far. Now let's continue. So we got the 3 test scores, and now we need to calculate the total. So we calculate it like this. We, let's say, calculate the total and the average. Okay, so to calculate the total, we need to put the calculated result into test total, and that should be the first on the left-hand side of the equal sign. And the equal sign here is called the assignment operator, which we will discuss in the next chapter. Okay, so test total. It's equal to, how do we calculate the total? we simply add them together. Okay, and then we need to calculate the test average. How do we do that? We have this result variable on the left-hand side, and we just divide test total by 3. Okay, now we have all the results done. The next part we want to do is to display information. Currently, let's run this and let's see what happens. Currently, it will not show any total or average. It still will only show test 2, right here, 67. Why? Because we are only showing test 2. Okay, I remember, oh, here, okay, we are only showing test 2. We are not showing test total. We are not showing test average. That's why you do the calculation, the result is stored in the variable, but if you don't show it, it doesn't show. So how do we show that? We show everything using cout, right? That is the output statement. So cout, and we can say your test 1. Okay, let's just say your total test score is, remember, whatever you want to display on the monitor, you put it inside the quotation marks. But now you want to also display test total, which is a variable, which is different from this quoted text. So you need to have this insertion operator to connect the text and the variable. Okay, so test total. Okay, and so we will do the same thing. Your total, your average test score is, and we connect it with the test average. And we give it a new line character, or you can do this. Okay, remember this requires the double quotes. If you use this escape sequence character, \n, it requires the double quotes. This doesn't, but they have the same purpose. Functionally, they are the same. Let's run this program. Enter your test score. And you can see your total test score is 202. Your average test score is 67. And this, remember, this is the statement we wrote to output score, the second test score. So I'm going to close that. Okay, that is how you do this program. And I will just delete this statement because it's useless, right? Okay, let's display more information. How about that? We can display your test 1, test 2, test 3 scores. So I'm going to just say your test 1 score is, remember you need to connect a variable name using, you must use this insertion operator. Okay, so you have to close the text using quotation marks and then use this. And then if you want to go to the next line because it's too long, you can. This is one statement because you do not have a semicolon there. So here you can just continue. Okay. And we can also let it go to the next line, right? So this is a new line character. This is telling the system to go to the next line when you display. Your test 2 score is, okay, we do the same thing and go to the next line. This is much easier to see clearly organized. new line character, your test 2 score as 3. Score is test 3, right? Okay, and then we are ending this, so you can do that. Okay, now it's pretty complete. Let's run. I'm being a good student, so I got 89, 90, and 97. Okay, so this records what we have entered, and this is the total score and the average test. So you can compare the output with your code, and you should see how everything is displayed. And before I end this, I want to explain this a little bit further. I look at the code, I think I explained everything and the examples are here. So let's just stop here.